We were chosen to be a special holy people, but Yahweh brought a nation as swift as an eagle to rule over us when we got out of line. We built the U.S., but we didn't get a dime. We broke the commands. We can't go home. We wasn't fooled with the other nations breaking all the rules. I shed tears for my brothers and sisters 400 years, but we still hard-headed as a nation. And even though we are the chosen people, the same drama when things we wrong, we blame Yahweh. I reminisce on the oath we made, then we stand down on our knees and repenting again.
Shalom, it's Chef.R.Sullivan, Hebrew Israelite. I'm here with the Akayim, my brother.
Shalom, Israel.
Yeah. And today we're going into the book of Jasher. We're going to be going into the story of Jacob. I'm sure a lot of people know about Jacob, but we're not gonna go. We're gonna skip over like some of it. We talking about when Jacob was coming from when he was coming out from Laban's house, going back to his father's house, to Isaac's house, and we're going to bring that out, the book of Jasher. We got a couple books out of the Torah. We're going to bring it out. But I just want to show some things that that Jasher speaks of, you know, when you're talking about that particular story. We're going to start it off in the book of Jasher. We're going to be at chapter 31. If anyone has the book of Jasher, we're going to be at chapter 31. We're going to start at verse 13. All right. All right. We're at verse 13.
Damn.
Shalak. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. We at verse 13. All right. Say, and Jacob did so, and he also took Rachel for a wife, and he served Laban 7 years more. And Jacob also came to Rachel, and he loved Rachel more than Leah, and Laban gave her his handmaid Bilhah for a handmaid. With that part right there, you know, remember Laban, he tricked Jacob the first time, you know, and Jacob married Leah because he was trying to marry Rachel the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And Laban was like, it's a custom to our ways that not to give the eldest daughter to husband before like the youngest, you know. Right. So he tricked.
Yeah, because he could have told him that ahead of time before they make that.
Then you know what else they did? They called Jacob to get drunk that night. You know what I'm saying? He got real messed up, and then Laban had turned all the lights off in his house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob went in the room. And then he brought Leah in the room, and then Jacob laid with her. And then in the morning when Jacob woke up, he was mad, like, man, what you do to me? You know what I'm saying? He said, well, why you trick me like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to marry Rachel, you know what I'm saying? You put Leah up in her. You know what I'm saying? They don't look alike, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Rachel was the beautiful one, you know? And, yeah, that was just real deceitful what he did to him. But then Jacob, he made a deal with him, and he worked another 7 years for Rachel. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we at, you know.
Do you think he loved Rachel because of looks, or was it kind of like, you know, her knowledge and stuff?
I think it was her looks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
I think her father then did the right thing by giving the oldest one, because I don't know too much about Jacob's first wife. Yeah. But if she was just ugly but beautiful inside, like she, you know what I'm saying, cling to the Most High, that's one thing. Because remember her offspring, who was it? It was Judah. Judah was born from her, right? And it was Reuben,
Simeon,
Levi,
because Rebecca, we'll have to go through it actually to get all the ones that each one
it's
buried
just something
correctly.
to think about, basically. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
Rebecca, remember, she was barren and she couldn't have kids, so she gave Jacob her handmaid to marry, and he had kids with her. You know what I'm saying? And then he had kids with Rebecca. But he had kids with Leah first.
He had two Rebecca, right? It was Joseph and Benjamin, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But he had kids with Leah before he had kids with the handmaid of Rebecca.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not Rebecca, but Rachel. Shalak about that. We said Rebecca is Rachel. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he had kids with Leah first, and then he had kids with Rachel's handmaid, and then he had kids with Leah's handmaid. You know what I'm saying? Then he had kids with Rachel. That's how he got all 12 sons. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High set it up that way. You know what I'm saying? That he would, you know what I'm saying, have his sons that way for the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? All the sons of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go back a little bit so we could show 13. I'm going to read 13 one more time. Back. Say, and Jacob did so. And he also took Rachel for a wife. See, and he served Laban 7 years more. And Jacob also came to Rachel, and he loved Rachel more than Leah. And Laban gave her his maid Bilhah for a handmaid. Right? And I'm going to go to 24. But before I go to 24, can we get that 31 and 3 out of Genesis?
Then he heard the words of Laban's son, saying, Jacob has taken all that belonged to our father, and from that which belonged to our father he amassed all this wealth. And Jacob also noticed Laban's disposition, that behold, it was not towards him as in earlier days.
See that? See, so after Jacob served, because after he served for Leah, right? Because the first 7 years really ended up being for Leah, right? So when he was serving for Leah, Laban, he became like wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Because since Jacob was there working for, you know what I'm saying, the Most High blessed Laban's house. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, after that first 7 years, he served him another 7 years. See? And Laban, Shalak. Jacob had favor in Laban's sight at that time. You know, remember that? You know what I'm saying? Because at this time, see, everything's still going to Laban. Ain't nothing really going to Jacob but the daughters. You know what I'm saying? But all the pretty much everything is going to Laban. But remember, after he served him for Leah, and then he served him again for Rebecca, and then Laban didn't want him to leave. You know what I'm saying? So he served him another 7 years, right? Hold on. He served him another 7 years. And them 7 years, you know what I'm saying? Or was it 7 or 3? I think it was 7. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? The last 7 years, you know what I'm saying, was for, you know what I'm saying, the cattle. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he said, all of the speckled cattle I will receive, and all of the, you know what I'm saying, same cattle you will receive, like the same ones he was getting. You know what I'm saying? With non-speckles on them. You know what I'm saying? And let me see. like that. See, the ones with the speckles on them the ones that Jacob received. You know what I'm saying? And when the time came to where Jacob was ready to leave, Laban, I don't know if he was asleep. I can't remember if he was asleep or if he just wasn't home. But I remember Jacob, he got his wives and all of his cattle, you know, and he left while Laban was unaware. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I'm gonna go to 24 in the book of Jasher. Yeah, I'm gonna go to chapter 31 still. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot in 31 we're gonna bring out. But we at 24, and I'm gonna get it. Say, at that time, the other 7 years which Jacob served Laban for Rachel were complete. See? And it was at the end of 14 years that he had dwelt in Haran that Jacob said to Laban, give me my wives and send me away. Right? So he said, give me my wives and send me away. Right? That I may go to my land, for behold, my mother did send unto me from the land of Canaan, that I should return to my father's house. See there? So his mother sent for him. You know what I'm saying? What was it, like a prior 7 years? You know what I'm saying? Because when she sent for him, then he agreed to stay another 7 years for them cattle. You know what I'm saying? So the servants of Isaac went back to Isaac's house. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep going. We're going to go to 31. But you see that, you know what I'm saying, when Jacob started to receive, you know what I'm saying, his what was due to him, you know what I'm saying, what was due to him, his payment, you know what I'm saying, for the work, when he was receiving his payment, that's when everyone was starting to turn against him now. You know what I'm saying? He lost favor from Laban. You know what I'm saying? The brothers was talking about Jacob, he receiving the wealth of our father. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically saying he's stealing it. But he worked for it. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go to 31. Before we go to 31, did you just do 3?
I did 1, 2, and 3. I do 36.
Yeah, let's do this 31 first. Say, and Jacob served Laban 6 years longer. See? That's why I want to do that 31. Because, you know what I'm saying? I said 7 years, but it was 6 years. See there? So, you know what I'm saying? I was close. But, you know what I'm saying? It's 6 years. All praise to the Most High Yahweh. He said, and Jacob served Laban 6 years longer. And when the sheep brought forth, Jacob removed from them such as were speckled and spotted. See? So Jacob removed, you know what I'm saying, the ones that were speckled and spotted. You know, that was for him. You know? And he had determined with Laban. See, so him and Laban had already determined this. They had spoke about this prior. You know what I'm saying? So Jacob removed from them such as were speckled and spotted, as he had determined with Laban. And Jacob did so at Laban's for 6 years. And the men increased abundantly, right? And he had cattle and maid servants and men servants, camels and asses. See that? So he increased, you know what I'm saying, abundantly Jacob did. You know what I'm saying? Them 6 years that he worked. that boy had camels. I mean, come on. That boy had camels. So he was living like a king. You know what I'm saying? By the time he left, he had maid servants. You know what I'm saying? Men servants. You know what I'm saying? He had his sheep. You know what I'm saying? His cattle. He had camel. You know what I'm saying? He was rich. You know what I'm saying? That's rich. You know what I'm saying? Check this out, verse 32. He had camels and asses, them donkeys, right? But verse 32. And Jacob had 200 drove of cattle. See? He had 200 drove of cattle. And his cattle were of large size and of beautiful appearance and were very productive. And all the families of the son of men desired to get some of the cattle of Jacob, for they were exceedingly prosperous. See that? So this why the sons of Laban and Lebanon began to get jealous, because you know what I'm saying, Jacob cattle was beautiful in appearance, so all the people wanted Jacob's cattle. They didn't want his cattle no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people were still getting his cattle, but the masses probably wanted Jacob's. You know what I'm saying? Which would cause jealousy, because his money is getting bigger than his money. You know what I'm saying? People get jealous. But we're going to bring out verse 38. Then we want to go to 36 in Genesis. Verse 38 say, and Jacob rose up at that time. He had mounted his children and wives and all belonging to him on camels, and went forth. Shalach. 38. And Jacob rose up at that time, and he mounted his children and wives and all belonging to him on camels. And he went forth to the land of Canaan to his father Isaac. See? So he started to go forth, you know, to the land, to his father's house. He mounted, he got his kids, his wives, and he started to head out. You know what I'm saying? He was heading to his father's house, to Isaac's house, back in the land of Canaan, you know? All right. Let's bring out that 36 in Genesis.
And then Jacob became angry, and he took up his grievance with Laban. Jacob spoke up and said to Laban, what is my transgression? What is my sin that you have wholly pursued me?
Oh. All right. We're going to have to go back. We're going to have to read that one again. What's that? Where you at?
36.
Hey, was you stuck somewhere, though?
At first, yeah, this word.
Grievance.
Okay, grievance. That's all about.
All right. But we brought that. We brought that a little too early. 54.
In Genesis?
No. Stay where you at. We're gonna bring out. I'm finna read Jasher 31:54 through 56. Right. All right. But before I bring that out, you know what I'm saying? We gotta bring this out real quick. Cause right, you know what I'm saying? Well, would you read that one more time?
36.
Yeah.
Then Jacob became angry. He took up his grievance with Laban.
See that? Hey, Jacob became angry, and he took up his grievance with Laban. That was it.
Oh no! And Jacob spoke and said to Laban, "What is my transgression? What is my sin that you have wholly pursued me?"
That's it.
Oh no! When you remained through all my things, what did you find of all your household objects set here before my kinsmen and your kinsmen? And let them decide between the two of us.
Right. See, what's going on right there is Jacob became angry because, you know what I'm saying, Laban searched him out while he was on his way to his father's house. You know what I'm saying? Like he took from him. Right? But see, well, who was Rachel? She took one of the gods of Laban. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He took one of them gods. You know what I'm saying? That Laban worshiped to, and she sat on it, right? She sat on it.
She refused to get up,
and she said she was on her thing on monthly. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't make her get up. So he didn't find it when he searched through Jacob's possessions. You know what I'm saying? So, like, pretty much, they made a covenant.
Like, when she took it, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they, you know, went about their ways from their father and everything. So, did Jacob ever find that idol? Did she had it? Like, did he have it in possession? When she had her in possession, like, what happened to it afterwards? Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
I'm sure if Jacob seen it, he would have tore it up. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, but that's just one of the things we're gonna have to probably go into in a research. You know, but yeah, that'll be a good thing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? What actually happened to that? You know, but yeah, that's why, you know what I'm saying, Laban searched him out like that, and it was looking for that God, but he also was already irritated because of the way that Jacob left. But Jacob said, you know what I'm saying, he thought that he would be upset with him and try to keep his daughters, you know what I'm saying, through battle. You know what I'm saying? That's why he left that way. You know what I'm saying? He said he thought Jacob left deceitfully. You know, but he was the one being deceitful to Jacob for real. Where we at? We at verse 54 through 56. Say, and he hastened and set off his son Beor, and who was 17 years old, with Archaroth, the son of Uz, the son of Nahor, and with them were 10 men. See that? So Laban, he sent his son Beor off, right? Who was 17 years old, right? With Abacaroth, the son of Uz, and the son of Nahor, and then they had 10 men with them, right? And they hastened and went and passed on the road before Jacob, and they came by another road to the land of Seir. And they came unto Esau and said unto him, thus said thy brother, the relative, thy mother's brother's Laban, the son of Bethuel, saying, hast thou heard what Jacob thy brother has done unto me, who first came to me naked and bare? And I went to him and brought him to my house with honor, and I made him great, and I gave him my 2 daughters for wives, and also 2 of my maids. Right? I'm going to stop right there for a second. Right? But you see what just happened? See what just happened, right? Laban, he sent his sons, and the son of Uz, Abakaroth, and the son of Nahor, and 10 men. And they sent them to Esau. See that? I'm going to read it one more time for you.
Why would he do that, though?
Because, you know what I'm saying, remember, he was jealous of Jacob. Because Jacob, you know what I'm saying, became pretty much more great than him. You know what I'm saying? And the sons was jealous pretty much of Jacob. They was talking about he got this because of their father.
So was he hoping like Esau would have them to kill Jacob?
Don't know. That's why we gotta read.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Esau did plan on killing Jacob, remember?
Yeah.
So if Esau already had a pretext on killing Jacob, see? So, and then Laban, Jacob's mother, right? She sent Jacob to Laban to get Jacob away from Esau, right? So, you know, Rebecca done already, did I say Rebecca?
Yeah, said Rebecca.
Jacob's mother, she already done spoke to Laban because she sending her son to her brother's house. So she spoke with him. So he know what's going on.
Right.
See? So why would he send his sons over there to Esau, knowing Esau had pretext to kill Jacob? See?
Right.
He being real wicked. He real wicked for that. But we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to read it again for you, though. Check it out. Check it out. He say, this is what Laban did. Laban, he sent and he hastened and sent off his son Beor, who was 17 years old, with Abakaroth, the son of Uz, the son of Nahor, and with them 10 men. See? Them Laban's son, right? Uz's son, the son of Nahor, right? And 10 more men, that's 13, right? And they hastened and passed on the road before Jacob. So they went ahead before Jacob. They got in front of Jacob, right? And they came by another road into the land of Seir. Because see, Esau stayed where? In Mount Seir. You know what I'm saying? And they came unto Esau and said to him, thus said thy brother and relative, thy mother's brother Laban, the son of Bethuel, saying, see, they snitching, but he ain't did nothing for real. He said, hast thou heard what Jacob, thy brother has done unto me, who first came to me naked and bare? He ain't have nothing. And I went to meet him and brought him into my house with honor and made him great. See, he said he made him great. And he did with the help of the Most High Yahweh who made him great. You know what I'm saying? Because he brought Jacob into his house. So the Most High blessed his house. You know what I'm saying? But remember, they made that deal. You know what I'm saying? And they split up their cattle. He got this cattle and Jacob got that cattle. And the Most High blessed Jacob's cattle. See what I'm saying? That's what happened. But he said, he came to my house, right? He said, where we at? He said, I brought him to my house with honor and I made him great, right? And I gave him 2 daughters for wives and also 2 of my maids. But see, remember, he deceived them into marrying Leah. You know what I'm saying? So that was a deception by him, right? And he using that, you know what I'm saying, like it was conjured up by Jacob. Like a pretext, like Jacob pretext and thought of doing this in his mind when he did it to him. See there?
That means he wasn't all right in the head.
That wasn't right at all. Wasn't right at all. Right? We're gonna read verse 64. Check this out. See, Esau, here we go. Verse 64, 31, 64. And Esau heard all the words of Laban's messengers, and his anger was greatly kindled against Jacob. And he remembered his hatred, and his anger burnt within him. See, so Esau heard all the words of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And he got fired up. He heard all the words of Laban's messengers, and he got real upset. You know what I'm saying? He remembered the hatred that he had for Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to kill him again, basically. 65. And Esau hastened and took his children and servants and the souls of his household, being 60 men. And he went and assembled all the children of Seir and Harite and their people, being 340 men. And they took all this number and 400 men with drawn swords. And they went, and he went unto Jacob to smite him. See, so he was going to try to kill Jacob. Right? Like Esau and all his men. Going to try to kill Jacob. I'm going to read verse 70. Check this out. Verse 70. And they told her, saying, Behold, thy son Esau has gone against thy brother Jacob with 400 men. For he heard that he was coming, and he is going to make war with him, and to smite him, and to take all that he has. See that? So after the sons of Laban went and told Esau of what of the things that Jacob supposedly have done to them and their father, then they went over here and they told Jacob's mother that Esau is finna go and try to smite Jacob. See?
That's why she sent for him?
She sent for him before that. This why Jacob is on his way back home to his father's house. All this has happened. First, you know what I'm saying, remember, they went ahead of Jacob to Esau. And Esau on his way to go try to smite Jacob, and the sons of Laban went from Esau to Rebekah, and now, you know what I'm saying, telling her that Esau is going to smite Jacob. But they set it up, right? That's verse 70, you know. We're going into chapter 32 of the book of Jasher. Check this out, man. 32. It's 32. Yeah. It's chapter 32, verse 54. Chapter 32, verse 54. Check this out. And he passed before the children and the wives to meet his brother, and he bowed down to the ground. Yeah, he bowed down 7 times until he approached his brother. And God called Jacob to find grace and favor in the sight of Esau and his men. For God heard the prayer of Jacob. Right? Because Jacob, he was like scared of Esau, you can say.
He heard he was like coming, so
he was scared of him. So he prayed to Yah, you know what I'm saying, for protection. Right? He prayed to Yah for protection. So and Yah heard the prayers of Jacob. But we're going to read verse 58. Say, and also Eliphaz, the son of Esau, and his 4 brothers, the sons of Esau, wept with Jacob, and they kissed him and embraced him, for the fear of Jacob has fallen upon them. See? So Esau pretty much he pretty much forgave Jacob through fear, right? Because the fear of Jacob fell upon Esau. The fear of Jacob fell upon Esau, and the fear of Jacob fell up on Esau's sons, the Edomites. Right? What's going on? There we go. Yeah. All right, so the sons of Esau was weeping, and they was hugging and kissing Jacob also, because the fear of Jacob falling upon him. So how did the fear, what caused the fear to fall upon Esau and his sons and their servants? What caused the fear? Remember Yah?
Right.
Remember Jacob prayed to Yahweh, remember?
Mm-hmm.
He prayed to him. But we're going to read, and we're gonna bring out what Yahweh did for Jacob. Right? And we're going to see how the fear fell upon the sons of Esau and the servants of Esau. So we're going to go to chapter 33, verse 28 of the book of Jasher. 33. Shalom. All right. We're in chapter 33, verse 28. Give me 1 second. All right, shalom about that. And it says, we're at verse 28, and Yahweh sent 3 angels of the angels of heaven, and they went before Esau and came to him. See? So this is why that fear came upon Esau right here. Because Yahweh sent angels. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Jacob, he prayed to Yahweh. You know? And Yahweh's protecting him now. You know? He sent angels. Verse 29. And these angels appeared unto Esau, and he saw Shalak. And these angels appeared unto Esau and his people as 2,000 men. So these angels, check it out. Most High Yahweh, he sent 3 angels of the angels of heaven. So 3 angels of the angels of heaven. And they went before Esau and his men, and they appeared as how many? 4. He say the angels appeared unto Esau and his people as 2,000 men riding up on horses, furnished with all sorts of war instruments. See, so he say they appeared unto Esau and his people as 2,000 men, but it was 3 angels. But they appeared as 2,000 men riding on horses with all sorts of war instruments. And they appeared in the sight of Esau and all his men to be divided into 4 camps with 4 chiefs to them. See? So 4 camps with 4 chiefs, 2,000 men, right, per camp. We gonna go to verse 30. Yeah, we're gonna keep going. And one camp went on, and they found Esau coming forth with 400 men toward his brother Jacob. And this camp ran toward Esau and his people and terrified them. See, so the first camp, you know what I'm saying, that appeared to Esau ran before him, and it terrified him and his people. See that? Mm-hmm. These the angels of Yah. You know what I'm saying? And Esau fell off his horse. See that? Mm-hmm. Esau fell off his horse in alarm. He was so scared. And all his men separated from him in that place, for they were greatly afraid. So Esau fell off his horse in alarm, and all Esau's men separated from him. See that? Because the Most High sent men, and it terrified them. Right? And why did Yahweh send men? Why did Yahweh send out these angels? Because Jacob prayed to Yahweh for this protection. Remember? Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to go verse 31. And it says, and the whole camp shouted after them, and they fled from Esau, and all the warlike men answered, saying, surely we are the servants of Jacob, who is the servant of God. See that? Mm-hmm. So this is what the angels is telling Esau. He says, surely we are the servants of Jacob, who are the servants of God, Yahweh, who can stand against us. And Esau said unto them, O then, my Lord, and my brother Jacob is your Lord. See there? Mm-hmm. See there? Whom? He say, huh?
Oh, I'll let you continue. Go ahead.
I'm going to read it again real quick. He say, this what happened. Check it out. He say, the angels, this what they said to Esau. He say, surely we are the servants of Jacob, who is the servant of God. Who is God? Yahweh. So surely we are the servants of Jacob, who are the servants of Yahweh. They said, who can then stand against us? And Esau said unto them, O then, my Lord, and brother Jacob is your Lord. See, whom I have not seen for these 20 years, and now I have this day come to see him. Do you treat me in this manner? Like he not going to kill him. See that? But he got scared, and it changed his whole, he had a whole change of mind. You know what I'm saying?
No, in 32 verse 4,
It says, and Jacob sent angels ahead of him to Esau, his brother, to the land of Syria, the field of Edom, and he charged them, saying, thus shall you say to my lord, to Esau, so said your servant Jacob, I have shortage.
Where? Sojourn
With Lebanon, and have lingered until now. I have acquired. Wait.
He said, I've acquired oxen and donkey and flocks. And what's that?
Maid servants, and I'm sending to tell my Lord to find favor in your eyes. And the angel.
Right. Right. See what that is though. See, remember, the angels of Yah, they appeared to Esau before the first group of servants that Jacob sent out. You know what I'm saying? I just skipped over that part in Jasher because I ain't trying to go through the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jacob did send out a first group before, you know what I'm saying? He sent out a first group of servants, and then he had servants in front of his group of sons because he had his house divided up also when he knew that Esau was coming to meet him. You know what I'm saying? But since he prayed to Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, through prayer, you know what I'm saying? Through prayer, the Most High, he defend who? Israel, the house. You know what I'm saying? But Yah, he sent out angels. You know what I'm saying? And that's beautiful, because, you know what I'm saying? We need that protection like that today, for real. But I'm going to keep it moving. But yeah, Yahweh sent out angels to protect them. And the angels, they went before that group that Jacob sent out. You know what I'm saying? To give Esau presents. Right. You know what I'm saying? That was to humble him down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Most High put terror in his heart, and his son's heart, and his servants' hearts. So they wouldn't try him at all anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we just read a little earlier when Esau met up with him, he met him with hugs and kisses, and the sons met him with hugs and kisses. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High put terror in their hearts, had them terrified of Jacob. Now we showing why. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we had verse 33, and he said, and the angel said, and the angels answered him, saying, as Yahweh liveth, were not Jacob of whom thou speakest thy brother, we had not let one remaining from thee and thy people, but only on the account of Jacob will we do nothing to them. See there? So the angel saying, because only on the account of Jacob, they're not going to do anything to them now. See what I'm saying? So they didn't harm Esau or his children or his servants because of Jacob. See what I'm saying? Because he didn't talk to him like he was finna try to harm him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was talking like he was just trying to go and meet up with Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Because they haven't seen him in these 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of, you know what I'm saying, how the Most High works for us. You know what I'm saying? He sent out them angels. Verse 34. It say, and this camp passed from Esau and his men, and it went away, and Esau and his men had gone from them about a league, when the second camp came toward him with all sorts of weapons, and they also did unto Esau and his men as the first camp has done to them. See? So the second camp of angels that, you know what I'm saying, appeared unto Esau and his sons, and you know what I'm saying, his servants, and they did the same thing, you know what I'm saying, as the first camp. They scared them to death, you know what I'm saying, And then Esau professed in front of him that he wasn't going to do anything again. Watch. Verse 35. And when they had left it and going up and going on, behold, the third camp came towards him, and they were all terrified. And Esau fell off his horse, and the whole camp cried out and said, surely we are the servants of Jacob, who is the servant of God. Who can stand against us? See there? So a third camp that came and said the same thing and terrified Esau in this camp again, when Esau fell off his horse again. Right? 36. And Esau again answered them, saying, see, O then, Jacob, my Lord, and your Lord is my brother. See? So he said, my Lord and your Lord is my brother. For these 20 years I have not seen his conscience. And hearing this day that he was coming, I went to meet him. Do you treat me in this manner? See there? So he confessed that he wasn't trying to do anything again to him but me, and greet him. You know what I'm saying? Because he haven't seen him in so long. See there? So he was terrified. You know what I'm saying? 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Verse 37. And they answered him and said unto him, as Yahweh liveth, were not Jacob thy brother as thou didst say, we had not left a raiment from thee and thy men, but on account of Jacob, of whom thou speakest, being thy brother, we will not meddle with thee or thy men. See there? So they said because of Jacob, they're not going to harm Esau or his men. See there? That's the third count. So I'm sure it's the third time they done heard this same story. Because it happened over, you know what I'm saying, in repetition to him as he was going to meet up with Jacob. See, tell me that's not beautiful. Did you know this?
Yeah.
You knew all this happened?
We read Joshua.
We went through that, yeah. But yeah, man, that's an awesome story, man. I love this story right here. And I want the Akayim, you know what I'm saying, to know about it. So
sometimes it just like how do you say Genesis, Exodus never gets old for me because reading over and over, man, you get and find more understanding of things. Like I always believe like Genesis has more meaning to it. That's why I try to take my time with like reading things and going back over it, because for all we know, Esau meeting up with Jacob, that whole thing. Because remember, I was reading.
I'm doing Genesis now again.
Right.
Well,
remember when Jacob wrestled? When they say wrestle with man and the Most High, right?
Right.
But there was an angel, and man. What I'm thinking is like with his uncle, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His mother's brother. Then with Esau, all their struggle, just basically to do a task the Most High told him to do the first time, remember? Mm-hmm. Got his blessing from his father. His job right now was to do and go get a wife and that stuff. He fought everything. Disobedience, basically. It's discipline. You know what I'm saying? Sure. That's why I'm basically trying to read things over. It basically it explains more to it. It's not just he went to a trial, this and that stuff. If you're not going to get the meaning of it, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Read. It's like, how would you say it? It's crazy. Reading the same thing and expecting the same results is basically
you're going to get more and more and more each time you go in it. Because it's deep, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really deep. That's why I'm going through it in the Torah, in the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get them deeper, you know what I'm saying, meanings, you know what I'm saying, that I pray to the Most High, that He'll reveal to me, you know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm going to just try to get through this story real quick. Actually, I'm going to stop this right here, and I'm going to start up a part 2 to it. Because I'm at 54 minutes, almost 55 minutes.